I never thought I'd be the one to ask for a divorce. I imagined I'd be the woman who fought for her marriage, who held things together for the sake of love, family, and everything we built. But something inside me finally broke. I couldn't do it anymore. The day I looked my husband, Mark, in the eyes and told him, I want a divorce, I expected him to get angry, maybe even beg or cry. He didn't. He looked at me with a blank expression and said, "You'll regret this." At the time, I thought it was just something bitter people say. I had no idea how far he'd go to make those words a reality. Mark and I had been married for 9 years. From the outside, we looked like your average middle-class couple. Decent house, stable income, 2 beautiful kids. We attended church, hosted barbecues, smiled for photos at family gatherings. But behind closed doors, our marriage had been falling apart for years. We barely spoke unless it was about the kids. I couldn't remember the last time we kissed like we meant it. There was no affection, no effort, nothing. I used to lie awake at night wondering how we ended up like strangers under the same roof. He worked late a lot. I tried not to let my imagination run wild, but the signs were there. Random texts at odd hours that he'd quickly delete. Excuses about traffic, meetings, office crises. Once, I found lipstick on his collar. He told me it was a co-worker's and laughed it off. I wanted to believe him. I had young children to raise. I had work. I was already tired every day, emotionally and physically. I convinced myself I was overthinking it. Until the night I found a receipt. It was in the pocket of his suit jacket. 2 entrees, 2 cocktails, a hotel room. Paid in cash. I waited for him in the living room, holding it in my hand. When he came in around midnight, I showed it to him. My heart was pounding. He looked at it, then at me, and said, "So what?" No explanation, no denial, just those 2 words. That's when I knew he didn't care. About me, about our marriage, about the damage he was doing. The next morning I asked for a divorce. He laughed. Actually laughed. "You're not going anywhere," he said. I thought maybe he was just in denial. I thought it would pass, but then things got worse. He told our kids that I didn't love them anymore. He said I was abandoning them, that I wanted to break up the family. Our daughter started sleeping in his bed. Our son refused to talk to me for days. I was trying to hold it together. I just wanted a peaceful separation, but he made sure that was impossible. He posted vague, dramatic Bible quotes online, things like, "A wise woman builds her house, a foolish one tears it down." His mother and sisters started calling, saying I was being dramatic, that I needed to humble myself. I got called ungrateful, selfish, ungodly. Then he started messing with my job. He called my boss anonymously and claimed I had mental health issues and shouldn't be trusted with responsibilities. I was put on unpaid leave for investigation. He emptied our joint bank account. He cancelled my car insurance without telling me. I found out when I got pulled over. He refused to pay the electric bill, and I had no access to the account anymore. The lights went out for 3 nights. He even called my landlord and told him I was planning to move. I got a notice asking when I'd be vacating. I hadn't even said anything about moving. I felt like I was losing everything. He was turning my life upside down, and I couldn't keep up. When I finally filed for divorce, he filed for full custody. He said I was emotionally unstable, that I screamed at the kids, that I was unfit to raise them. He brought in 2 of his friends to lie and say they'd seen me bring strange men to the house. It was all fake. But it hurt. I was losing in every direction. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't think straight. I was terrified that the court would believe him. The only person who truly had my back was my younger sister, Rachel. She moved in to help with the kids, did school pickups, cooked meals, and stayed up with me on nights. I couldn't stop crying. She even sold her old jewelry to help me hire a better lawyer. "You're stronger than you think," she told me one night. "He wants to break you so you'll stay. Don't let him rewrite the story." And something clicked inside me. I stopped reacting. I started recording everything, saving texts, taking screenshots. I built a folder of evidence. My lawyer helped me get a restraining order. We got access to his phone records and emails. Turns out he had been seeing the same woman for months, one of his co-workers. She was married too. When her husband found out, he filed for divorce and named Mark in the paperwork. Her company suspended her. Mark got demoted. In court, our side presented everything: texts, receipts, audio recordings. The judge saw through his lies. We were granted joint custody, but the judge ruled that all exchanges had to happen in public spaces, and Mark was required to attend parenting classes and pay child support directly through the court. He tried to appeal the decision. He lost again. Now, 8 months later, I live in a small apartment with the kids. It's not fancy, but it's peaceful. The lights stay on. The fridge stays full. My kids smile again. They ask questions, but I never badmouth their dad. I don't need to. They saw everything. Mark still tries to stir things now and then, sends passive-aggressive emails, posts cryptic quotes, but he doesn't scare me anymore. Asking for a divorce didn't destroy my life. It saved it. People told me I was selfish, that I should have stayed for the kids, that I broke up my home, but I didn't break my family. I rescued it from living in a lie. Mark tried to destroy me. All he really did was set me free.